Now we'll study about data types. Okay. So these data types, whatever we are saying it, this is nothing but with respect to SQL language, what all things are implemented, those things we are studying it. Okay. So with respect to SQL, so here first data type is numeric one. Okay. So first one is numeric one. That is nothing but here we are saying is a whatever number related things that will take it. That's it may be a fractional part or in whole number also. Okay, so both are accepted. Okay. So how you have to define the data type here is nothing but you have to give as a numeric or you can give as a decimal as a keyword or DEC. Okay. So in bracket you have to mention this is nothing but precision and scale. Okay. I comma j whatever we given, so this is nothing but precision and scale. So here I stands for number of digits which you can give before the decimal point. Okay, so before decimal point, so how many digits you want to capture it. Okay, so that will be there. And j represents how many number of digits you want to give it after decimal point. Okay, that is indicates j. The total that you have to give as a by default there's a decimal in bracket. If I given as a 2 comma 2, it means two digits I'm expecting. Then decimal point after that also two digits precision sorry, scale I'm taking it. Okay, so here if we saw previously while we were defining the table. Okay, so we given int also. Okay, so int is again a part of this numeric only. Okay, so by default if you have any knowledge about different languages, that is C or C++, those data types also included here. Okay, so you can write as a float also or int or double, so those all are accepted here. Okay. But as a language in SQL, it is defined as a numeric or decimal or DEC. Okay. So by default, if I given as a only DEC, after that I'm not given anything. There is nothing but precision and scale. So by default, it will take in Oracle 11G software, it will take as a 38 digits here. I takes the value of 38 digits. Okay, so this is something but before decimal point I can take 38 digits. So by default scale is 0. Okay, so there's nothing but it always takes a whole number by default. Okay, so whatever number you want to give it, you can give it, it will take it. If you aware about normal and C integer type you are taking it, so after certain range what will happen, it's a uh, maximum value is there for certain range, that is suppose integer I'm taking it. So signed in integer if I took it 32,667 some number is there. Okay, so above that if I'm trying to store it, what will happen, it will round up and it will go to the negative scale. Okay, by default in C. Okay, so here like that it will not happen. So whatever number you are giving it here, number of digits you know it, you have to give it well ahead. So it may be 40, 50 or 100 or whatever you will give it, those only things will automatically store it. Okay, so it will not go for anything as a negative part, all those things. Okay, so by default it will store all the things. In Oracle 11G, by default, if you are not mentioning I value and J value, that is nothing but precision value and the scale value. By default, I value is 38 and J value is 0 by default. Okay. So all software implementation J value is 0 only. Okay. So I value varies from software to software. Okay. So here J values by default is always 0. I value varies depending on the your software you are using it. Okay, Oracle 11G, it's suppose 38. Okay, now I think Oracle 19C came. Okay, so in that again it's modified. So like that, depending on whatever version or whatever software you are using it, this I value is varying depending on how you are using it. Okay, so this is the first one is numeric one. So all whatever you will write it, floating or integer kind of things, all you can support it by using this one. Any one format you can write it. Okay. So character string, next one. So in this again we have two things. Okay, in character strings here by default it's a fixed length and one more is varying length. There is nothing but fixed string we are saying is a one more is a varying length string we are saying. So here for defining the data type, you have to give as a, if it is a fixed length you want to give it, you have to give as a char. Okay, char, or directly completely you can give as a character also. Okay, then in bracket you have to mention as a n. So here n stands for number of bytes, how many bytes you want to give it. Okay, so if you remember, I think for name we used to give as a varchar 20. Okay, like that data type we are giving is name space varchar 20 we given it. Okay, so by default we are using as a varchar only. Okay, so now you can give actual char also or varchar also. Any one you can give it. So after that, n is nothing, indicates is nothing but number of bytes, how many bytes you want to allocate the memory. So it should be always a positive number. Okay, you can't give the negative number. Always it's a positive number. You have to give it. So what is difference between these two is, suppose if I given as a char, okay, so char 20 if I given it, okay, so nothing but indirectly we are saying is that 20 bytes allocate for that data type. So in your database for name it's allocating 20 bytes, okay, and if I am saving a name that is considered the xyz, okay, it's nothing but 3 bytes, then it should end with /0, so it's a maximum 4 bytes, okay, so it will take 4 bytes and remaining 16 bytes it will be kept as it is, okay, it's reserved for that name attribute only, okay, so whenever I'm giving as a char, so and if I given as a some entry, if I am trying to insert it, so and n value I am given as 20, so 20 bytes of memory is allocated, okay, so in that if I given as a xyz only name, so xyz it will come, the /0 will come, that is indication of string, okay, indication of end of string, so this is nothing but 4 bytes is taking it, so remaining 16 bytes what will happen is, so those 16 bytes will be kept reserved, okay, but in place of varchar those 16 bytes you can be used for some other purpose. Okay, there is a difference between these two is, here varying length is there means how many bytes of values you took it, only those values it will take and it will store it. So remaining whatever memory is there, instead of wasting that one, so what it will do is it may use for some other purpose, maybe some other data type or some other attribute if you are defined there, you want to use some memory, means that memory will be used. Okay, so in varchar, and what about char is always it is a fixed, so all those remaining 16 bytes whatever we are saying it, those are also will be reserved for that name only, so it will not use it for any other purpose. In varchar it can be used, so that's why normally whenever you are writing it, it's better is you have to use the varchar, so the remaining memory can be used for something else. Any doubts in this one, the difference between char and varchar? I'll repeat once again. Here, char is fixed string, so number of bytes it's fixed. Okay, so whatever number you will use, those many bytes are allocated. Okay, so irrespective of how many bytes you will fill it, those all bytes are fixed for that attribute. Okay, and in here, varchar, whatever number you will give, that is the maximum bytes it will take it. If you are entering value, that is inserting value, if it is a less than that value, so what, instead of wasting that values, what it will do is that memory will be used by some other attribute in future maybe. Okay, so if your system requires, that memory will be used by the system for some other purpose. Okay, so better approach is always you have to use for varchar. Okay, so this is a varying string length. Okay, so that is a varchar. The next data type is bit string. Okay, sometimes you may have to enter that values that is nothing but zeros and ones. Okay, so that again we will be having as the two things, bit and bit varying. Okay, so here the bit and bit varying is almost same as that of char and varchar. Okay, so here bit indicates whatever char is there, same thing. Bit varying is nothing but varchar whatever we had. So both these two are the same. Okay, so here also n we are giving, so here this n indicates number of bits, how many bits you want to insert it. Okay, so now suppose while inserting a value inside a table, if I given as in single quote, 101, okay, normally if I am referring as in a single quote, if I given, so what will happen, by default we are considering as a string. Okay, so whatever may be the value inside, by default always we are considering as a string inside a single quote if I given. So to make a difference between character string and bit string, okay, so always you have to insert b. Okay, so that is something what, before single quote you have to tell as a whatever value now you are going to read it, it's a bit string. Okay, so capital B you have to give it, so it's nothing but after that in single quote whatever value will come, this is nothing but a bit values. Okay, so bit string whatever you are going to read it in that system, it's going to read it is nothing but bit values. Okay, so zeros and ones it will be there. Okay, so if I have given as a B, then in single quote, so some values that is a xyz, so system will throw the error. Okay, that is nothing what you are saying as a, you are telling as a, you are trying to insert a bit values, so you have to give the bit values that is nothing but zeros and ones. If you are giving other than these, so automatic system will throw the error. Okay, so here you can give in single quote, there is a character string in single quote, directly value you can give it. Okay, for example, while running in or executing the table, we created some values we inserted. Okay, so for name also ABC or PQR we inserted. Okay, directly in single quote or double quote or whatever is there, directly you are using it as a single quote, ABC, we are inserting it. Okay, same thing if I have given the data type as a bit string, that is nothing but bit varying here. Okay, suppose if I given this one data type, so that time while inserting the value, you have to give as a B, then followed by actual value. Okay, so here B indicates you are giving a not a character string, you are giving as a bit string. To differentiate between those two, we are using the here B, capital B. Okay. And then next one is Boolean. Okay, so here now as a one more data type boolean, so always boolean will be having as a true and false. Okay, so we have true value and false value. That's with respect to any language. If you are taking it, we have two things, but here boolean contains one more thing as a unknown. Okay, that is nothing but we don't know it's a true also or false also. There is a we don't know the situation of that maybe attribute. Okay, how it belongs to, so that time we'll give the unknown value. So by default it will be having the null. Okay, so what is null, what all those things, once again we'll study it. Okay, so after this immediately we'll study about null. Okay, so when we can give the null values, all those things. So here in SQL boolean has the three values. Okay, in normal any language we are taking, boolean can have two values only, true and false, but in SQL it can have three values. It may be true or false or unknown. Okay, that's unknown is nothing but it may have a null value. Okay, we don't know it's may be true or false, so that time we'll give the null value. So about null value we'll discuss it after this one. Okay, so then next data type is date. Okay, so date has particular format. Here it's a year, then month, then date. Okay, so these things are there. Okay, so here there is nothing but by default it will has a 4 digits, y, then hyphen, then hyphen dd. Okay, so both month and date both has a 2 digits only. Okay, so one example is, so always while inserting the date, okay, so always again you have to use in a single quote. So in whatever value you are inserting, this you have to give in single quote. So here this is a single quote, whatever value you are giving it. Then you have to tell the system as whatever value you are giving in a single quote, this is not a normal string. Okay, it's something different. Okay, so in this single quote, if I given as a byte code, system will think as it's a simple string only. Okay, so you have to avoid that one. Your system should not think as it's a simple string. It is a different data type. There is a date. To indicate that, we'll add one keyword that is a date. Okay, so before inserting value, that is in a single quote, before inserting this one, so what we'll do is we'll write the date, then actual value we'll insert it. Okay, so here what we are doing is this is nothing but y 4 digits hyphen month hyphen 27. We are inserting it. Suppose something here, if you given something extra, that is nothing but space or any other hyphen, or instead of 4 digits we are giving 5 digits. Okay, system will throw the error. Okay, so irrespective of this one, if you are trying to insert anything here, it will throw the error. And this is the by default format. Okay, that is nothing but y you can change this format also. Okay, so how to change those things who are not studying now. Okay, but you can change it. This is nothing but you can make month as a instead of number, you can make it as a that is character also, that is like June or July, you will normally will write it. So 3 letters will write it, August, like that, AUG, like that you can write it. So that format also you can change it. Here instead of digit you can write it as a that is format, it will come later. Okay. So whatever format you wanted, you can change this one also. The next data type is time. Okay, so here time has our 2 digit colon, then minutes colon, then second. Okay, so same thing here, whatever date was there, there's nothing but whatever you are trying to insert inside a single quote. Okay, to make a difference between string and date data type, we're giving date here. So same way what we're doing is to differentiate between string and time data type, we're giving keyword here as a time. Okay, for time data type we're giving as a here time. So in single quote we'll give the that is a format. Okay, this is nothing but 2 digits of hour, 2 digits of minutes, 2 digits of second. Okay, so like this we have to give the, while inserting the value we have to give the this kind of format. Okay, so your time keyword followed by in single quote you have to write it. Okay, then next one is timestamp. Okay, Okay, so it's nothing but combination of these two, that is date followed by time. Immediately we are giving it. Okay, you saw here this up to first, this is up to 27. So whatever same example I'm taking here, 2002 9th month 27 day. Okay, so here this is exactly same. After that one space is there. Okay, here you have space then followed by time. Okay, so combination of these two together we want to store it. So exact time and date we are storing in timestamp. Okay, this is a data type, we are storing the exactly time and date. So here date is there, space, then time, and again space is there, then this is one 6-digit number is there. Okay, so this 6-digit number is nothing but by default within a seconds it's dividing seconds in 6-digit number. Okay, so seconds, so whatever is there. Okay, this seconds we are dividing in 6-digit number, so exact time frame we are dividing it. Okay, so if you want to insert this one, you can insert it. Okay, or you can skip this part. Okay, in timestamp we have that is nothing but date space then time. Actually you have after that 6-digit fractional time also you can insert it, fractional time of second. Okay, in this second how much fractional part. Okay, that also you can insert it, or you can skip this part. Okay, it's left to you, so how you want to insert it. By default that time if you are not inserting, it will take it as a zeros, all digits it will take it as a zeros, and it will consider as a, this is a full scale. Okay, that time it's a 47 exactly seconds it will take it, or it will take as a 47 seconds, and this is the in that fractional part. So up to 6-digit number you can give it. So these are the actually your data types. Okay, so just I will revise it one thing: character, bit string, okay, and time, date, and timestamp. Okay, if you saw while inserting the values, by default you have single quote. Okay, within a single quote you have to give the values. Here also in single quote you are giving the value, here also in single quote you are giving value, single quote we are giving the value. So same thing in previous also, what you are doing is bit string and character string. So here all these things you are giving in a single quote values. To differentiate between these data types, just we are giving the keywords before those. Okay, so before those values we are giving the keywords. If you are not mentioned anything, means it's a by default a string. Okay, that is a character string. If you are giving as a b, means it's a bit string. If you are giving date keyword is a, means whatever you are inserting, that is a date data type. If you are giving as a time, means it's a by default it's a time data type. If you are giving as a timestamp keyword, means it's a by default is a timestamp data type. Okay, so like that you have to give the keywords depending on the whatever value you are trying to insert it. Okay, so in our lab also we are using the timestamp data type. Okay, one of the program is using timestamp data type, and one program you are using the date also. Okay, so these two data types also we are using it. While inserting you may get error sometimes. Okay, or you may not get the proper value. Okay, so depending on sometimes how you will insert it, you may get the error, or you may not get the proper result. Okay, while searching all those things. Okay, because date searching will be different and string searching will be different again. Okay, so that time you have to see how you inserted the values. Okay, because when you are displaying it, you will see this one only. So exactly whatever this looks like, this is a data type only. Okay, but while creating the table, maybe you created as a varchar. Okay, varchar 20 maybe you given it. So you have to while creating the table and while inserting the values, you should be thoroughly clear that whatever you are inserting, both data types should be same. Okay, so suppose if while creating the table, if you given as a date, and while you are inserting the values, only this string you are trying to insert it, so it will throw the error. Okay, because this keyword is missing. Okay, so date keyword is missing. Well, there is a data type mismatch will happen, so that time it will throw the error. Okay, so like that you have to check it properly and you have to insert the values properly. Any doubts in this one, or any I have to revise any part in this one, data types?
Sir, please explain numeric data type.
Which one?
Sir, numeric.
Numeric. Okay. Any other thing?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay. So here numeric is nothing but, so whatever number you want to write it. Okay, so for that you have to give as a data type as a numeric open bucket, then here one digit comma second digit you can give it, and close bucket. Okay, so here this is a numeric is a keyword, you can give as a numeric or decimal or DEC. Okay, okay, so here as per the SQL we have this data type. Okay, so that is nothing but numeric, decimal, or DEC. So here I stands for precision. That is nothing but before decimal point, okay, left hand side, how many digits you want to enter. Okay, so maximum digits you can give as a suppose 100 digits I want to enter before decimal point. Okay, so after decimal points, how many digits you want to enter? That is a J indicates. By creating a table, we will give this data type as a suppose I want to give as a salary. Okay, so DEC I will give it DEC in open bracket 10 comma 2 if I given. Okay, so 10 is something but 10 digit salary is there, point, then 2 digit, there is nothing but fractional part is there. There is maybe as a paisa, normally we'll say it rupees in paisa, that is up to 99 paisa you can enter it like that. Okay, so by default if you are not giving any value, okay, there is I value and J value only if I are given as a DEC or decimal or numeric. Okay, so by default system will take as a, this is a 38 and J value as a 0. Okay, for Oracle 11G. For Oracle 11G it will take as a I value as a 38 and uh, uh, for this one J value it will take it as a 2, sorry 0. Okay, it will take it. Along with this one, what SQL is supporting is there is nothing but it's supporting something the int also, float also, double also, like whatever you studied in your C. Okay, so whatever you studied, those also is supporting it. So suppose if I given as a int, so by default it will take as a consider as an integer number. Okay, so those int, float, double, whatever these things are there, those all are the part of this numeric only. Okay, so this is the main set is there. In that subgroup we have those things as a int, float, and double kind of things. Okay, so if you want to use that one, you can use that one, because when this SQL started, maximum people were familiar with a programming language. Okay, so that programming language too, they shifted to this little bit SQL, so they used that data type also. Okay, so like you can give that data type also, no problem. Okay, so, or pure SQL related thing, if you want to use it, that time you have to use these three, any one of among these three you can use it, or you can use only int or float also you can use it, or double also you can use it. So there also we are giving as nothing but some number. Okay, int, after that how many digits you want to give it, like that you can give it. Okay, so that how you have to give it, those things who are not studying. Okay, so directly I think roll number. Okay, roll number, then space we given as a int only. Okay, so by default it can take 38 digits. Okay, in our system Oracle 11G, whatever you are using it for, that if I'm using as a 8 sorry int, so that time it will take 38 digits. So it can take 38 digit number, it can take it. So any number which can hold in 38 digits, it will take it. Okay, so that much size it can take it. Above that, Oracle 11G software is not supporting. Okay, so maybe Oracle 19C, whatever you have, in that again the digit values change. Okay, so it can take as a 50 digit like that. Okay, depending on software, they are modified. That is nothing but precision value, it's modified. Okay. Any other doubts? No? Okay, we'll go ahead with the next one. Any other doubts related to data type? Fine. So now we'll go with the next one. Okay, so here while studying Boolean, we told as a something we have to insert as a null also. Okay, so when we can insert this null value? Okay, it's not only in Boolean, it may come in any data type. Okay, so sometimes we have to insert the null value. It's not only related, this null is not only related to Boolean. This is one of the example we given in this one. Okay, so null. Okay, so when we can give it? So it has actually two categories. So first one is not applicable and second one is unknown. Okay, so in unknown also again we have two categories. There is one is missing and one more is not known. Okay, so what are those things we'll show you. So indirectly you can consider as a, this null value we can insert in three types. Okay, so it is not applicable. If it is not applicable, that time we can insert it whenever it is missing and whenever it's not known. Okay, so three kinds are there. So these three places we can insert the null value. It may be any data type, we can insert this one. Okay, so suppose first example is not applicable. Okay, so in my table, suppose I have one attribute that is nothing but apartment number. Okay, so one table is there. In that I am taking the some address. So before that address, suppose I have one more column as a, there is something but apartment number. Okay, so some people are not staying in apartment only. Okay, so they have their own house, they're not staying in apartment. so they can't enter this apartment number. It is not at all applicable for them. So that time you have to insert the null. Okay, so one of the examples say it's not at all applicable for those persons, this attribute. So that time you have to insert the null. Okay. Okay. Second one is missing. Okay. So missing in the sense here, for example, height. Okay. So all persons height we are taking it. So height is nothing but one attribute we have in our table. We are capturing the height. Okay. So all persons has the height. Okay, it may be a 5 foot or 6 foot, anything. Okay, we have the height. Okay, so that height value we don't know. Okay, so this is nothing but, so whenever you are trying to insert that value, so that time that value is missing, we don't know it. Okay, so that time what will is this value is missing, that for that person, so you have to insert another. Okay, then third one is not known. Okay, so not known is nothing but here, suppose you have as a one attribute home phone number. Okay, so this is nothing but landline phone number, whatever you say, as a phone number we have it. So we don't know that person or whatever employee kind of things we are entering. So that person has phone in his home or not, we don't know that one only. But his phone number we don't know, there is a he has landline phone in his home or not, we don't know that one only. So this also it's like we don't know about anything. Okay, so here and here a difference is height will be there, okay, but it's missing it. We know this attribute value will be there something. By default all persons has a height, so this value will be there, but here we don't know about that phone is existing or not only. Okay, we don't know about that one only, but here is obviously height will be there, we don't know the value only. Just difference between these two is here we don't know the exact value, but height will be there. Here we don't know physically is the phone exists there or not only. Then if it is there, then value is not there, like that will come. Okay, so this is second. Okay, so total 3 examples we can enter it. That is, first of all, is not applicable, that attribute itself is not applicable to that row what you are trying to insert it. That is one of the example is apartment number. So if person is staying in home, a particular independent home, so that time apartment number will not come. Second one is person will be having the height, but we don't know the what is his height. Okay, so here phone number, landline phone number, whatever you are saying it. So this phone number we don't know he has a landline phone or not. Okay, so it may be missing it. So like this we can insert whenever it is not applicable, if it is missing or not known. So during these 3 cases we have to insert the value as a null. Okay, so while inserting inside a table, null value can be inserted to any data type, but among these 3 cases. Okay, among these 3 cases you have to insert the null. Any doubts in this one? I think if you got the example, automatically you will remember this one: apartment number, height, or phone number. Okay, so phone number like this, if you remember this example, in 3 cases you can write the null value. Any doubts? No? Okay, so next one more is what command we'll study. Okay. It's a retro command. Is it visible? Okay, so next one command will study. Okay, this is a letter command. So already you have the table, so something you want to modify it. It is nothing but maybe you want to add the column, you want to delete the column. Okay, or you want to change the column name. Okay, or you want to change the data type of that column. Okay, or you want to change the table name itself. Okay, so like that, depending on that situation, we'll use the alter command. Or sometimes you may remove the foreign key, or you may want to add the foreign key. Okay, so those type you'll use the alter command. So it's nothing but you have the basic thing, that is nothing but table you have. So after that you want to modify something, so that time normally we'll use the alter command. Okay, so here for the addition of new column, so this is the syntax. Okay, there is nothing but alter keyword, table keyword, then actual table name will give it. Then you want to add table, so column means you have to give add, then column name you have to give it followed by that data type. So whatever column you are going to add it, that columns data type you have to give it. Okay, so here example is alter table, student table is there. Okay, so in student table you want to insert a new column, that is a USN. Okay, then particular data type of that type. Okay, so you can insert as a here 20. Okay, so here if you observed one thing, uh, suppose I have created a table. Okay, so and consider the student table only. Okay, so this example I have created the student table with roll number, name and address. Okay, I have inserted two rows also. Okay, consider say one name with ABC, some one row inserted, then PQR, one more row inserted. Okay, so I have three columns actually. Okay, that is name, roll number, address. Three columns I have. Two rows I have it. Okay, so that is ABC related student information, then PQR related student information. Now suppose I want to insert the USN. Okay, this is a column I want to insert it. Okay, so that time what will happen? So by default for those two, this USN will be empty. Okay, there's empty is nothing but by default it will take as a null. Okay, so you have inserted one column. So previously content whatever was there, that is ABC student information and PQR student information. So three columns were there while inserting the first time values. Okay, so now fourth column you added, that is a USN. So that fourth column by default it will remain as a empty. So next time whenever you want to add any row, that time four fields you have to give it. There is nothing but four columns I have, so four values I have to give it. So previously entered whatever values will be there, if I added new column, so by default previous whatever existings are there, those all will become as a null. Okay, so those all values will become as a null. Okay, so next one we'll see. So here already column is there, so you want to modify it. Okay, so what you want to modify is here something maybe with data type you want to modify it. Okay, so that time what will give is a alter table, so table name, so same thing, so whatever was there, so same thing. So here add was there, that is new thing you wanted to add it. Okay, so now what we want to do is here you have to modify it. Okay, so modify column name, which column you want to modify it. Okay, so then data type. Okay, so here data type, suppose we given as a varchar. Now I want to modify as a char 100, and we want to say as a, it should not be a null. Okay, so not null kind of things we want to do it. Okay, so this will execute successfully if whatever values are there, that is nothing but we are saying is a not null. Okay, so now we are saying is a not null. So previously some values whatever are there, so if those are not null inside my USN column, so then only it will execute it, otherwise it will throw the error. So it will say as a whatever you want to modify it, it's not possible because this USN column has some values of null. Okay, so that time it will not execute this command only. Getting it, or shall I revise once again? Getting? Okay, so here just to once again I will revise. Okay, so here what we are saying is we want to modify the column. Okay, so column, so at that time we are saying is a modify keyword. Okay, so it's something but alter table, the table name will give, there is a student, modify. So USN is already one column is there, so that column name we are giving it, then data type, new one whatever you want to modify it, so that one. So previous one will leave it. So here we are saying as a char 100, so maybe here char 20 is there, char 100, if I given this much only it will work as it is, no problem. So along with that just I'm putting constraint, that is nothing but we are saying is it should be not null. Okay, so suppose in USN column any of the rows it don't have not null value, it will execute successfully. Okay, if any of the column already existing values, okay, if any of the rows it has a, in that column it has a null value, so it will throw the error. So it will say as a already existing column already has the null value. Okay, so we can't make it as a not null. Okay, so until and unless you give the values for that some rows that USN column, okay, so you can't modify this one. So you can enter it the values, then you can execute this alter command. So that time it will execute it. Okay, for example, previous example, whatever we took it, ABC and PQR. So in that USN column, if you added, so for those two names, you have to give some USN. Okay, so maybe there's a 18 CS 001, 18 CS 002, like that. If you given two information, so then if you are making this one, automatically it will take it. Okay, so that time it's not a problem. Okay. Now suppose I don't want to use the one column, I want to remove it. So that column. Okay. So for that, what we use is drop column. Okay. So here we are saying is a drop column, then column name you are giving it. So here column also this is a keyword. Okay. Drop column, this is a keyword. So these two you have to give it. Then particular whichever column name you want to give it. So you have to give automatically it will drop it. Okay. So then next one is, so whatever name is there, that name you want to modify it. Okay, so here what we'll give is alter table name as it is, then rename column. So old name you have to give, then to new name. So whichever old name is there, this will be replaced with this new name to replace it. Okay, old name to new name you have to give it. Okay. And here this is nothing but you want to modify table name only. Okay, so here alter table name, this remains same again. Okay, rename. So here column was there. Okay, so now we will not give anything mentioned, so it's nothing but by default we will consider the table name we want to modify it. So to will directly give, because already we given the which table you want to modify. Okay, so here to new table name directly will give it. So automatically, so this table name will modify to this new table name. Okay. So whatever capital letters we mentioned, these are the actually keywords. Okay, so these should be there. Whatever small letter is there, this is nothing but you can give any value that is name. Okay, this is nothing but these are the actual table names. So in your database, whatever is there, those things you have to give it. So whatever capital letter are there, those are the keywords. Okay, so now one more thing we'll see it, how you can add the foreign key. Okay, so here suppose foreign key is not there in your table, now you want to add the foreign key. So what we'll say is a alter table name, then add. So like same thing here, add was there, then column name we are adding it. So say add, then you are saying is a foreign key. So this foreign key you have to add it. So then you have to mention the attribute, which attribute in this table which attribute you are making as a foreign key, and where it is referring, that also you have to give it. Okay, if you remember in foreign key we used to give as a which table which attribute it's referring it. So same thing, foreign key, then that attribute name we are giving it. So in table this table, this is the attribute, that is a foreign key we are making, which refers to, that is nothing but other tables attribute, different tables attribute. For example, we are saying is a alter table employee. So employee table, in employee table we have as a something as a d num. Okay, so in employee table we have d number. This d number we are making as a foreign key. So this refers to the department tables d number. Okay, so this is a completely written d number here, d num only we are using it. So in employee table we have d num as a one column which refers to department tables d number. Okay, which refers department tables d number. Okay, so here in employee table d num whatever written, this is a foreign key. So we are adding a foreign key here. Okay, like this you have to make it. So if you want to remove it, you can remove it also. Okay, so like here drop whatever was there, same thing you can use as a drop, then foreign key you can remove it. Okay, like that whatever things are you want to modify it, you can modify it. Sometimes if you want to make as a primary key, you want to add it, you can add the primary key also. Okay, so n number of things you can do it using alter command, but I listed 6 only because these 6 are the maximum times we'll use it. Otherwise we will not use these 6 also sometimes. Okay, so maybe here in this adding the foreign key 1 or 2 times we'll use it. Okay, so remaining these things, adding it or dropping maximum times we will not use it. Just you should know the how we can modify it. That's why I listed here. So you, so other than this you can use so many places. Okay, like primary key adding, primary key deleting, also foreign key adding, foreign key deleting, like that different things you can do it. Okay, so those are all things you can do it by using alter command only. Any doubts? Shall I revise any part? Okay. No doubts?